Good morning. I feel like this is a really big deal for me, but you're just putting clips together, Ali. But it's been 6 months since I've jumped back into this project. Something that was supposed to take 15 days. Obviously, you've seen the footage. We didn't hit the 15 days. So technically we are hitting the 15 days because today would be day 15. As long as we're not being consecutive and saying that it has to be 15 days in a row, which technically we just said 15 days. But yes, I have 6 months later jumped back into this project. I've got one chapter to write in the conclusion. I was up early-ish this morning because I had to get up early for a hospital appointment. It was just a phone call, so it's fine. I'm still in my nightie, I haven't brushed my teeth, and my hair's a mess still. And after the appointment, I've come downstairs and I've been writing for about 45 minutes, and now I'm having some toast. I'm making my second cup of tea while I try and write some more words. I think I've literally written just under 900 words in 45 minutes because it's taken a while for my brain to get back into this book and this chapter. This is why you shouldn't take such massive breaks between things, but oh well. And I'm really excited to be getting to the end of this and to ideally, hopefully being able to publish this in 4 or 5 weeks, I think is my deadline. My deadline is I don't know what my deadline is. I'll go check and show you what my deadline is. I need another cup of tea. As you can tell, my brain's not 100% turned back on, but yeah. A little bit of a catch-up of why it's taken me so long to jump back into this project. As I stated in the other clips from back in November last year, in 2024, I started to get really ill from towards the middle end of October of 24, and with really bad flare-ups and things, and pretty much from November onwards it was a knock-on effect. So I decided to take, I can't remember what I decided to do in December. I can't remember if I was ill. I can't remember if I just decided to take some time off. I cannot remember. I really can't remember. But I know that I decided in January that I was going to take the month off and step back to reassess what I wanted to be doing. And yeah, I took the month off creating content, and I took the month off writing anything really, and just felt like I just needed a break and a breather, and I was really happy with that decision at the time. And my plan was I think I started easing back in towards the end of the January with thoughts, ideas and creating and plans, and then to set things up, because I was taking a bit of a break in February, and then for my birthday, which we always do, but it wasn't going to be a big break like normal because of my husband's work schedule. Somebody else had requested the time off the same time that he had. It just meant that the holiday that we normally have in the beginning of February got pushed back to the middle of February, which was fine, kind of. But my body gifted me a birthday present of my period. And if you don't know, if you're not aware, I have endometriosis and adenomyosis, so I have excruciating painful periods, and I always have had really bad periods, like killer bad periods. As I've got older, they've gone from being 7 days to 10 days, and since I've messed with my entire cycle doing the fake hormone thing for 3 years, fake menopause, my periods now do not have any particular length of time. The shortest they have been this year has been 18 days, and the longest has been 33, I think, if I recall correctly. So they're a rough ride at the moment, and I technically got, I think it was a 20-something day period in February. I technically got a 2-week break, but I wasn't well. There's still ovulation week, which as well doesn't go well for me. That's a very flare central week for me. It's quite painful. And yeah, so eventually between like the 20-something day period, I think it was something 21, 22, 23, I can't remember. I think it was 22 day period. I had the 2-week break for my period, but I literally was well for about 3 days. And then I got another period in March, which previously my body had been giving me a period every other month. So I had more time to rest, recover, pick my own levels back up, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, this year it's just been ongoing, knock-on effect on knock-on effect. And here we are in May, and I'm only just slowly trying, like April, May have been slowly trying to regather my rhythm and my rituals and routines and things, and feeling well enough to get back into creating. I wrote a Substack about my body gifting me my period for my birthday. I'll link that below if you're interested in reading it, and just about how I was taking a step back from things and had to, because I literally didn't have any choices because of my body. And now here we are, finally picking things back up and trying to move forward and create loosey-goosey plans, because that's all we can do right now, is go with the flow, make loosey-goosey plans with enough wriggle room that if we need to cancel things or reschedule things or change things around a bit, then that's what we have to do. So this has all come about because basically that holiday that we're supposed to have with my husband in February, that was a belated birthday holiday, was to go see our families because we are from the same hometown, and that had to get completely cancelled. And that was a really bad time because I was dealing with pain, I was dealing with grief, I was dealing with guilt, and yeah, it was just really difficult. It's laugh or cry, right? And I cried at the time, so I'm laughing now. And I've had to, I've always tried to be a bit more loosey-goosey and go with the flow, but it was just the fact that my health was so bad that I couldn't travel. It was literally, I just couldn't do it. There was no way I could have been sat up in a upright position. I was for 2 hours to travel. I was literally in bed curled in a ball. I tried to get dressed that morning and it was just, no, it just wasn't happening. So I'm trying to go into the flow, I'm trying to go into the loosey-goosey plans, I'm trying to not be quite so strict and rigid and have a bit more breathing, I suppose, space into things. So all of that was basically just to tell you that that's why there's been a break between these writing projects, between uploads and things, and also because I'm going to share with you my rough estimate of releasing this book, self-publishing, in the next 4 to 5 weeks. Let's just say 4 to 6 weeks. I'm being gentle with myself. I'm giving myself a bit of flow. I've got a rough plan. I'm just trying to see how well I can follow it and stuff. So that's why loosey-goosey. We just need to remember the loosey-goosey, okay? And so just for fun, I thought I would share with you my very cute vision board for this year and I'd love to see what you think of it and how you interpret it. But we are going to my Notion, and so these were ideas for some posts for Substack that relate to my book, and so that's the book release date that I'm attempting, which is the June the 10th, and then some post ideas post publishing the book. And yeah, that's my loosey-goosey plan right now. And then I have this like timeline and deadlines section in my launch planner for this book, and I think these are the rough estimates that I have come up with. I think I still need to add some more phases in here, but I'm not 100% sure what other phases to add in right now, because obviously this is my very first time doing this. And then I do have a bit of a mini self-publishing checklist that I've created before anything. So obviously that could change. I can add things as I go through the actual whole process, but I've just got a rough outline just to help myself feel a bit more committed and a bit more like I know what's going on and what I've got to do, and I've got things to tick off, which just helps my brain a bit more. I'm all dressed and clean. I'm a good girl. I was actually going to go for my lunchtime walk. I think I'm going to go for a walk around the park. But I have finished all 8 chapters of the book. And I'm like, yay, that's awesome, party time. And then I've started editing the first 3 chapters, even though technically I have like another like some up chapter and maybe a chapter of bonus content or something like that. I've decided before I do those bits that I needed to go back and reread what I had written, because like I said, it's been a 6-month gap between starting and writing the first 7 chapters and then having the 8th chapter, and I just needed a refresher. And sometimes stepping back from your work is the best thing you can do, because I've come back to it now and I'm like, there are tweaks that need to be made. Nothing like massive, nothing massively significant, just little tweaks about messaging and what the book is really about fundamentally. And I'm really excited and I'm really happy. So I've just had to jot down some ideas and some thoughts and some name changes, because it's going to definitely change its name. It was Project because it was meant to be about mindful micro moments, but actually it's about more than that. It's about the tiny wins, it's about tiny life, it's about the tiny joys, and I need to get my thoughts on it down a bit more. As you see, they're kind of a bit chaotic and jumbled, but I know I'm on the right track. It feels good, it feels aligned. Going with my human design, I'm a 1/4 generator, and I'm a sacral generator, and it's a gut yes. It's not just a gut yes, it's a gut hell yes. So I'm just gonna make a couple of notes. I'm gonna go for a walk because I need some fresh air and I need to get out the house because I didn't go out yesterday because I wasn't very well. And yeah, we need to get out the house. That's what we're going to do. Focus. Get out the house. Make some notes. Get out the house. Think things through. No podcasts. Maybe some lo-fi tunes or something while I walk around the park. I do a block around the park. 20 to 30 minute walk. And then come home. See how we go. It's about tininess as a way of life. A sacred, practical softness for chronically real humans. It's about the tiny things that matter, the small, the manageable, the real, the gentle, and the things we do when we don't have the energy for more but still want to live with intention, hope and care. Thank you so much for being here, for watching this video, for subscribing. I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you. Enjoy the view. Bye.